comes in with the
Another
flash, and the flash in return is going to be going. Woo!
Yeah, this is a really scary early game. They just say they're not even trying to be stealthy. They're just pushing forward. And now they're going to back, so they don't have anything to show for that, but a couple of burn flashes on either side. The only thing I'm certain of right now is that Pantheon and Vi are both jungling.
Those are the only things you can be certain of. But right now we do have 2 flashes down for for the blue side at this time. So not a good position to be, considering that Annie is the only one with the flash down. But now Pantheon and Leona have it gone just as well, which is a little upsetting because Leona can have some really good plays early on if she's able to get a flash Q or flash Zenith play down early on.
Yeah, so we dropped the connection really quick, by the way. So that engage was so aggro that our spectator client said, "Wow, I can't handle that. That's way too much X-rated action." So we're back in the game, and for those of you, if you guys can't quite see just yet, both teams have sort of settled out, and they've decided to opt for both their bottom side jungles. Korean Hunters are going to be going for the blue buff, and the red buff, and Vi taking the blue buff. Pretty standard, but I expect Kingsley to be ganking a lot earlier than Vi.
So this is Soraka top lane, and this makes me happy because I've been watching it for months from this like not so known streamer who's been doing it all through Plat and Diamond, and I want to see how this matchup goes because she's just gonna be spamming star ball, and
this might have been the best thing they could do. I mean,
Ooh,
well, maybe not. Now
Yasuo.
Leonite's taken low. You know, Leonite played the support last game, played that MVP Blitzcrank, and I wouldn't count him out of this because I'm a boss. And look at those bananas hurt, man. Who knows? Samurai's weakness is bananas.
Yasuo does not like potassium, is what I'm learning in this lane already, but she's going to have good sustain from that self-heal that's going to be coming down. On top of the silence she's able to offer, she could possibly zone with that.
Yeah, now the good thing about this switch up, and I'm going to call it a switch up because I really expected Soraka to go mid, is that Liquid Ooze is going to be a much better match for I'm
The first one picked up in the bot lane. Ignite used on to Annie there. She is going to be dropping like a sack of potatoes. Whew.
Yeah, that's what a built-over Peacemaker will do for you. Captain Lord actually took a lot of aggro in that fight, but you know, Leona is the tank. You don't want to be engaging onto Leona, and she doesn't offer quite as much passive buff as like Taric, perhaps. So Kotaro doing a really good job, and actually zoning Ezreal out. There's another Peacemaker. He's going to force explanations to either back or stay under tower. Meanwhile, both junglers are kind of chasing each other, but Vi's going to turn around. Aegyo, nice land there, but now I'm Tyke is coming in for the engage, and Liquid is coming around the side to follow him. This is all the makings of a 2v2, but they'll just be kiting back and forth for the time being.
And that's honestly just something that needs to happen, but as I mentioned before, I just want to focus on this bot lane now because Caitlyn did pick up that first blood. So 10 points for me in Gryffindor because I called that out the gate. But just an amazing play there.
I'll give you a cookie after the match.
Yes.
I have the best cookies.
But now that the I don't have
no
response
response
to that.
that you can say that. Nothing. And you're not supposed to. Wow, Leonite, he's getting a little aggro though. I'm a boss showing why he's the boss, and Soraka doesn't really care because she's got heals and bananas. Mid lane continuing to have both junglers, but now Captain Lord catches Raidu. This could be another kill. He gets two. Two onto the support. And Kingsley picks up Liquid Ooze in the process, so Aegyo, the only man or woman, I should say, standing in the mid lane, and Leonite forcing this top lane as well. So far, Korean Hunters really, they're the ones being the aggressors in the early game, and they've done it well.
Yeah, they're just so aggressive.
Leonite burns a flash to get away from I'm a boss, and you know, look at how low these top laners are. Oh, the Ignite goes down, but it's going to be enough. One more tick. I'm a boss. No, he shields, and he'll survive, but not Soraka.
That shield was perfect, that leaving him just enough to survive. An amazing play there, but just a weird flash coming down from Soraka. Again, avoiding the tornado coming for her face to get her on the knockup and the damage coming down, but just the wrong direction. She should have just took Route 6 and just left out of there as soon as like she decided flash was a good opportunity. But a clutch flash in this situation so early in your lane is just a bad position to be in.
Yeah, they've burned a lot of summoner spells for how early this game is. It's only 5 minutes in, and like half the team on red side, Team White that is, they don't really, they're kind of out of summoners. Of course, you know, their opponents are too, but it doesn't matter when you're 4 kills up. I mean, so far they've been perfect in this game, and they haven't, you know, took too many towers, but every lane has had at least 1 death so far. And Vi, really the only person, well, Vi and Ezreal have been maintaining a nice deathless score, but you know, they can't really They can't really keep it up. Caitlyn's out farming Ezreal a little bit without Annie there to back him up. This is the problem again. I keep talking about Doran's shield. It's not as good as it used to be, and I'm not sure if I like it on Annie. They might have wanted to be a little more aggro and put a ring on her.
Or even starting out for that the later the Frost Queen, starting with the
Frost Queens. Yeah.
Yeah. Going for that.
That's
path.
actually probably a better idea. It's almost must buy with the new changes, and I think I would have preferred that. But Soraka still going aggro on I'm a Boss. Those bananas kind of hurt thanks to her own Doran's ring, and she has some sustain thanks to the Crystalline Flask. But Yasuo, look at that. He doesn't care. He dashes in, he dashes out. Leonite takes some damage, and even though he's lower, he now has an ult. One more knockup ought to do it, but not so much luck. And Explanations gets taken out by a surprise Piltover Peacemaker to the face. 90 caliber net actually slowed him before that. Nicely done by Caitlyn. She's got 3 kills right now.
Yeah, so she's up 3 kills. That's her. That's already her bloodthirster. She's done. They from this point out, she's just gonna steamroll. What they need is they need Vi to come down here and take her out, Piltover Justice style at this point. And that's not something we've seen. We've seen the junglers hitting up the mid lane because that's where you usually want to get your first kills off. But when the bot lane is going this far, Katara on this Caitlyn being 3-0 at a 7-minute mark is not what you need to do. You need to group up. You need Vi to come to that bot lane, even if she isn't 6, and at least get some zone power on.
Yeah, it demands some attention. And
But
speaking
in
of
the top
attention, this
lane.
top lane. Yep, Soraka's going to heal, but it's only delaying the inevitable. Kingsley will get her in the face with a spear. I'm a Boss still chasing behind. Actually, Leonite could they had to get the flash in to pick her up, but totally worth in Yasuo's book. He grabs it. Nicely done, and he's going to go back soon to be working on his static shiv. And more to the point of Kataro Katsura, this guy on the bot lane has outfarmed Ezreal 2-1. Ezreal rushing the... Ooh, nice flash in the middle of the jungle. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there because there was a little bit of a train
But
catching.
she's coming in.
She's chasing really hard. Aegyo wants him. Tyke gets him down to half health, but there's Captain Lord to pick it off, and Liquid Ooze is too far out there. Kataro is maybe going to get the kill. No, and Captain Lord picks it up. Liquid Ooze is taken really low right now. He will actually have to get out of there. Nice shadow by Zed, but he will not escape the Piltover Peacemaker. He dies in the Dragon Pit. Almost escapes. I'm a Boss, meanwhile, pushing the top lane while Soraka's not there. But, yeah, Kataro now is 4-0-1. Almost a Bloodthirster up. And Ezreal only has a Sheen. He's rushing the Trinity Force. And this is, like, not the best thing to do when you're behind. You really need some damage, you need some lifesteal, some sustain. I would almost rather build a Bork on him at this point.
I would agree with that because you want to get that damage. Ezreal has good scaling for that for auto attacking with that speed. So having opted for something similar, or at least getting the Cutlass and then going into Sheen, giving himself a little bit more sustain for lane would have been the perfect situation. But going back to that last fight, all I have to say is congratulations to Malzahar for surviving 2 ults in and Annie. Just excellently done.
Dude, he's got some
he just
got his back.
That's just communication. That's that synergy that I've been hearing about all day, constantly talked about in every esport event I've literally watched today, has been synergy. Oh, but the Grand Skyfall is going to be coming down.
Nice man drop. Kingsley goes in there. Raidu, he's a little caught out behind the action, but they forget about him for a moment. They are going to pick him off with one more auto attack, though. Kotaro takes some tower aggro in the process. They leave Ezreal alone, but they're really picking on this little girl.
Ooh, but in the top lane, Leonite's not looking in a healthy position, but now we have Aegyo coming up.
Now he's in a little bit of a trouble. Aegyo gonna come in there to try and clean up I'm a Boss. I don't think Assault and Battery is available, though. It still has a bit of a cooldown, and Leonite looking for the kill. Can he get it? Can Soraka chase down Yasuo? There goes 1-star call. Vi's gonna come in, a flash forward. That's it. Leonite picks him up. That is the Soraka that just chased down the Yasuo. There you have it, folks.
But something in that fight that didn't need to happen is Soraka would have picked up an assist anyway, been able to pick up some items off of that instead, and let Vi pick it up. Instead, she opted for a wasting of a flash, which, in my opinion, considering her current position in that lane, is not a place you want to be. Yasuo's a kill up from you now. You have 2 deaths, and you currently are sitting on a nice little pair of Ninja Tabi. That's not where you want to be as Soraka. And wasting flash?
I think they're aggroing a little bit hard because they're frustrated at how far behind they've fallen. Really, all Vi needs to do is what you said. Go into the bot lane, lend some support, camp it, pitch the tent, but no, she wants to hang in the mid lane. They might pick up Imatayak, but they're getting low under tower, and here comes Kingsley from the other side. He's actually going to ult onto Liquid Ooze. They will get him, but Liquid Ooze is eating tower shots. There he goes. Kingsley is now all alone with Liquid Yolk, and he's looking to pick up those double buffs. He's already got red, but he wants more. Egg Yolk will have to get out of there with the Vault Breaker. Yeah, this is a really, really aggro Team White right now, and I don't think they have any cause to be. They were confident enough last game, and it worked out really well for them. But against Korean Hunters, they're having a lot of trouble finding their early rhythm.
Yeah, they're just kind of being stuck behind right now. They haven't had much of a fight anywhere to be found that's necessarily putting them anywhere. But right now, I can't even talk. This Caitlyn has like my heart literally just stretched out and winning, but it looks like I'm a boss is in a risky position. He's gonna be dashing the minions, taking damage.
Yeah, Leonite, I mean, this is a scary Soraka. Liquid Ooze will actually get I'm a boss at the end of it, but despite that top lane extreme aggro that Soraka's actually pulled a little bit of a head with it, that extra kill, I think that this is a really precarious situation for Team White. They have to be super careful. The bot lane is continuing to push. Vi is finally giving some attention and actually just coming and picking up her own white. And Katara, though, is so big right now. He's got 5 kills. He's going to be able to do so much damage if they catch somebody out. An auto attack or two, that's all it takes. A headshot, it's going to be big damage. A Piltover Peacemaker to the face, you can forget about it. And, you know, they need Vi's attention here ASAP, but that's going to free up the other lanes. And I think Yasuo might be the only person who really needs help right now for Korean Hunters.
And we might possibly see Pantheon going up to that area. He is on that side of the jungle. Is going to be going to his wolves at this time to pick them up. Just going to be getting more items or just trying to farm up what he can before picking up kills. But Soraka's MIA, they're calling it. And I want to see if possibly they go for this, because top lane is an area that you want focused now, that Soraka has at least a few assists on her and she's worth a little bit of gold. This is at a point where as a jungler you can focus a specific lane, and getting Yasuo with kills and allowing him to just go all out in a build, getting him that gold is what you need to do. So either global objectives need to be taken, or they need to go and get him assisting kills.
Here's an objective. They're getting onto Kotaro, and there's a nice combo with the Assault and Battery Lance. Annie already ulted in, and they will actually get the shutdown gold. Ezreal, nice pickup. Leonite, meanwhile, being chased through the reverse side of her own base, and Kingsley is not afraid of that tower. There's the ult from Yasuo. Ignite goes down as well. Leonite picks it up. Or no, I'm a boss picks up Leonite, and Liquid Ooze now chasing Imatayak through the mid lane. All of a sudden, everything has gone wonky. Tables have been flipped. And that was the shutdown gold. Nice pickup for Explanations. Oh, they go in with the Zenith Blade. Leo, she's a little bit out of position, but the man drop's going to come in. Zone Liquid Ooze, he's actually standing in the middle of it because they were hoping that maybe they would have some follow-up. I don't know. Kingsley, a bit of a questionable decision there. They do take the turret out, but Captain Lord has to back away. Unfortunately, they lost Pantheon, and that was Kingsley's first death. Wow, in the mid lane too. Now Raidu's on the other side. He's going to lock them up maybe with a stun or two. Captain Lord having to run away. Imatayak too. Here comes the Vault Breaker body blocking for Imatayak, but Captain Lord's taken really low now. They might have lost that mid turret, but the tables are starting to turn. This is a chance for Team White to start picking up some kills. They're roaming together now. Everybody but Soraka is sitting in the mid lane. Aegyoke is coming around the side to try and pick up the red buff, but they'll be right back together as soon as that happens. And if they can pick up something big right now, that would be the way to go. If they can get together, push a tower, but instead they're just going to give themselves some breathing room.
Which is a little odd, I must say, only because they don't have that many aggressive wards out other than the one Soraka just dropped in the top lane. That's going to give them a little sight over whether or not Pantheon's going to be pathing top to go towards that river. But other than that, we don't see them having too much in terms of wards out, so they're not going to be seeing any objectives or any groupings coming out from blue side right now for
they're hovering around. They're hovering around Dragon. They know they can take a fight despite those setbacks. Yeah, they're gonna take the Dragon without a fight, I think.
Yeah, and they also know the timer on it.
The ward coverage isn't there, like you were mentioning. That Team White just doesn't have it. Now,
but in this top lane, Leonite's in a very dangerous position, being forced to flash, but it looks like I'm a boss is actually going to be missing on the tornado there. Looks like the casual flash, but he's going in with the flash, picks it up.
Boss! What a boss that was. And in the meanwhile, his teammates pick up the Dragon. Now I'm a boss. Oh, actually having to run out of there. There goes the Assault and Battery. Vi takes him out before the animation even completes. And Kingsley's going to go clear some wards. Yeah, going back to the ward point. This is something that Team White has not done well all game. They haven't been able to place wards in key areas of the map. The few places they put them in, they've been cleared really quickly, and it's really making them pay. They keep wandering into these bad situations, and this is why the kill spread's the way it is. And look at this. The absolute alternate is true, but wow, I'm Tayek. He picks up Liquid Ooze. No, it's Kingsley that takes that out, and a little bit of help from Kataro tries to lock that one up, but they didn't even need it.
And a sad day for Caitlyn, because her ult did, oh.
Yeah, she doesn't get the reset on it. That's too bad, but, you know, kill is secured. Kingsley manages to pick that one up on the end, and they really didn't want Zed getting away from that one. He's a ninja. He can get out by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, but again, I want to bring attention to the Soraka. Currently 1-4, but not being able to do so much in terms of team, because Yasuo can come around. He has the ability to just now leave, because he did take that top turret. He can just go wherever he pleases, but Soraka is like just kind of behind at this point. She's 11 to his 11, but she doesn't have as much farm as he does, and she's kind of just set behind.
I mean, she's got her ninja tabby, but to be really effective, she needs AP. She's got the Kindle Gem, she's got the Chalice. I mean, she can turn that Chalice into a Unholy Grail. But without that, it's really hard at 17 minutes to really be effective in a team fight, and she just doesn't have the AP to do it. So I'm Pike. Wow, getting chased on by Zed. Nice ult in there, but Liquid Ooze eats a lot of damage. They're going to go in on this. Kingsley now standing alone, but here comes Katara around the side, and the sight of Caitlyn is enough to send everybody on Team White running, but Explanations caught out there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Leonine picks up a double kill. I'm a Boss, gets ignited, almost to his death, but the double kill also comes in for Kataru, picking up Ezreal as well. Now only Agok left out on the field for Team White, and White's and Egg Yolks, what are you going to do? They're going to zone him away there, push this tower. This is looking really bad for Team White. The gold lead's like 10k.
Yeah, the gold lead on top of the tower lead. They're 4-0 in towers right now. They have no map advantage, and yeah. Oh. But right now it's 17 to 7.
Problematic. Just a little bit. Now Soraka is actually getting tanky, and I don't know if I agree with this. Yeah, they're getting caught out, but that's not really the problem. The problem isn't that Soraka's not big enough to deal with a Yasuo. That's just a really weird setup to begin with. Yasuo is going to crit every single fight anyways. So really, I mean, I would be building the Unholy Grail first, instead of trying to build up to something else. Wow, Aegyok's going to get caught out, though. I'm Tayek is doing that suppression thing that he does, and Malzahar gets the shutdown onto Aegyok. Once again, yeah, Malzahar, he'll lock you up real good. That's like a better Warwick ult.
And he has really good roam potential right now, because he does have those boots of mobility. So right now, he has health, he has mana, and he has mobility. That's not something you want your mid laner that you're fighting against to have, because he has that Roa. So he's just gonna be able to regen from the passive. This game is just so odd to me. I can't even stand it.
It's snowballing so hard. Like, look at this. I'm a Boss might even pick up a 2v1, but actually he's gonna back away from Liquid Ooze. No, he ults onto both of them. Leonite's his focus, but I'm a Boss will go down. Leonite gets out very, very low. Nice turnaround by Liquid Ooze, but yeah, these are really small victories that Team White is taking. They can't really do anything unless they capitalize on those. They need to get a better warding presence. They've got their entire jungle is covered in enemy wards right now. There's no way that they can turn this around without a seriously good fight in which they don't really lose anyone. And despite pickups like that, Team White is having a really hard time really making a play. I'm Tayek is big, even though he doesn't have that many kills. Pantheon is big, he doesn't have that many kills. The real problems are Caitlyn and Yasuo, and they scale crazy out of control when fed.
That's exactly correct, and right now, we're still seeing situations where Vi is opting to go jungle more than they are going for grouping. So their team communication right now is more than lackluster, because they're not grouping for fights. They're still trying to lane push with Soraka in the top lane and not really going for any straight objectives. We haven't seen them try to get a timer onto Dragon or put out any other defensive wards or offensive wards.
There's a man drop. Forces the flash, but looks like Captain Lord actually gets it anyways. That's almost BM at this point. Leonite, though, is so tanky. This is a straight tank Soraka build. Hashtag new meta. And Lane Knight's going to be running around. Nice Annie dropping the timbers on a Kingsley. Here comes in this assault battery, but Vine melts before it's useful. Liquid Ooze is taken low now. I'm a boss, and the double kill comes in for him. He might get a quadra here. Leonite drops, triple kill. Can it be the quadra?
Nope, only the triple at the end of the day, but I have to commend him on the fact that he got an amazing...
He's going to get executed. Oh. No, they just... Oh, wow, they FF'd it. Yeah, Team White throws in the towel at 21 minutes into the game. Yeah, that was a really unfortunate team fight for them, but I'm still kind of surprised that they killed that early.
Yeah, I guess they just fell under the pressure and didn't see a bright side coming up for them anytime soon. I think honestly their only issue was that they weren't going for objectives. They weren't prioritizing anybody. They didn't have any focus on top of not having that maneuverability you would expect to have from a Zed. Zed, a champion you need to roam. So had he gone top lane earlier, helped Soraka get a lot more done in that top lane, or gone bot and shut down Caitlyn earlier, I think that team comp would have then fit into their favor, and Zed could have been good with his scaling, as well as getting Vi some tankiness, because all at the end of the game she had was a chain vest and a brutalizer, not even a full item, and that's not where you want to be at a 20-minute game as a jungler. You want to prioritize getting into those lanes, getting onto Caitlyn, who at the 7-minute mark was 3-0. It's not like the focus was just completely derailed. It was more of a turtle game of how far can we draw this out without doing anything or trying to bring this back in our favor.
Yeah, and I think the builds really were a problem for Team White. They kind of were all over the place. Soraka started building the Chalice and then just completely forgot about it. Moved on, tried to build up a couple other items, all tanky, but she never completed one of them. She had a Giant's Belt, Ninja Tabby, a Doran's Ring, the Chalice, and a Kindle Gem and a Warden's Mail. Like, nothing complete, just mid-tier stuff. And I think their focus was all over the place. Vi didn't build tanky till the end when she finally got that Chain Vest. There were a lot of brutalizers being rocked, and it wasn't really enough. Vi doesn't need damage. Even with the changes she's had, she's still really effective when just tanky. And I think the Lizard Elder item was really the wrong way to start it. She could have had a little more survivability. And you really saw how it turned out at the end of that fight. She ran in with the Assault and Battery and just melted instantly. She got it off, but then Yasuo turned around and picked up a triple kill. So,
exactly.
Like it just didn't quite work out, and you're right, they didn't prioritize targets. By the time they started trying to jump on people, it was way too late. Yasuo got nice and fed. Caitlyn got nice and fed. Pantheon was really well zoning with the man drops. And, I think overall the focus was just so much better for Korean Hunters, and that's going to earn them a spot in the finals. So they move on. Team White, unfortunately, will fall, but we will be bringing you guys the next matchup. And I believe, unless the other semifinals match between 3/5 and Victoria's Secret is over, then we will be bringing you guys one more of those. And I think we're going to go straight to the finals, right? Is that how we usually do it?
Yep, we usually go straight to the finals, stream those games. That is a best of 3/possibly 5.
Yeah, those would be a good one. Those are some really solid teams, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm actually checking the bracket right now. It looks like 3/5 actually did get that win. So it will be Korean Hunters versus 3/5 Compromise for our final match. We'll be bringing you guys the next casters pretty soon.